Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is going to be between OrangeJuice and BigDofCO on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is OrangeJuice. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is BigDofCO. I'm not entirely sure that's what it is, but I don't want to decipher it any further than that because I feel like this is not very family friendly. Okay. So this is MidRank Madness, a weekly exhibition of gold, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond level gaming. I figured that segment of the StarCraft 2 population was feeling left out because I was casting silver and bronze, masters, and grandmaster, and professional level games, so I started this feature. If you too want to be cast on MidRank Madness, go ahead and send me your epic MidRank Madness replay to falconpaladin@gmail.com. I will send it to my screeners. They will find the best ones for me and send them back, and then I will cast those to make everybody very happy indeed. So, all right, it's a ZvZ. You're on Ruins of Endion. It looks like we do have a spawning pool coming up for BigDofCO. However, he is now going for an expansion hatchery here, while the spawning pool is coming up earlier for OrangeJuice. So, OJ is planning on being a little bit more aggressive here, possibly getting some speedlings out, possibly a baling nest could be the next thing on his planning list. Whereas BigDofCO is instead going to go a little bit safer. He's going to go ahead and try to defend with slowlings and with queens, making sure to get that expansion out sooner than his opponent and see how that works out. And again, back in Heart of the Swarm, I feel like this was a lot harder to do for the blue player, BigDofCO, to do this just because the time it took to get a spawning pool up was just so much faster than the time it took to get an expansion. And so you'd have lings at your base right about now. I would say really hard to hold off. You'd pretty much have to cancel that hatch. But at this point where the rush distance has stayed the same and the time it takes to get that spawning pool is the same amount of build time, you don't have to worry about it as much. So indeed, speed is on the way for OrangeJuice, and he did get that expansion, which is scouted by BigDofCO's Overlord. And this scouting Overlord for OrangeJuice is actually right on over here. So let's take a look here. Did I not turn on? I did. That was weird. Anyway, Roach War now coming up. He's actually not worrying about speed at all. He's going to go straight up for roaches, possibly try to get Glial Reconstitution out here eventually, and try to do this thing with a Roach Ravager push, whereas it looks like it's very Ling heavy for OrangeJuice. Great scout here by BigDofCO, seeing exactly what's going on, seeing the shimmering spawning pool, telling him that speed is being researched. That's all that could be at this point. This is a little bit inefficient, though. Placing the pool right here, look how these guys have to do a little bit of a roundabout to get from the extractor to the hatchery. It actually does slow down the gas income just a tiny bit. Or does it actually? You know what? I'm watching it. I don't think it does. That's interesting. I have to keep an eye on that for sure. Spinecrawler up just for defense against any lings that might come try to kill him. I don't know if he's going to need this, as it most likely will be roaches that are on the way and a roach warren of his own coming up. So we do have Slowling versus Slowling, the most action-packed matchup in all of StarCraft 2. The speedlings now do get shoot away by the queen there. Evolution Chamber and a Spinecrawler coming up here. So I like the spine by BigDofCO. I like the positioning here as well. Lings coming on in. A lot of lings. Block that ramp. Block the ramp, queens. Block it. Oh, they didn't block it. Lings, get in there and scout. There you go. You can't do much good here. Just standing here on the ramp getting destroyed here. Going to try to kill a drone or two. Does get one drone. And then suicides into the queens. More lings are coming out though. It's looking like these lings want death. Another Spinecrawler coming up. This one already has 4 kills. Exactly what you want to see from your spine. 19 to 18 total harvesters. OJ is in the lead just a tiny bit. He has killed, what, 1 drone? 1 drone for 10 lings that OJ has lost. I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this from OJ at all. I do want to throw out do a quick shout out again to my screeners, those people who do take the time to go through my MidRank Madness and Into the Void replays that I do every single week and find me the best ones. I do appreciate Spence, as well as Dawn, as well as Bill, as well as Jeff. Jeff has been doing that recently at the same time, and Squeaks. As usual, if I forgot your name, I apologize. I'll try to get you next time. I just need to get a big list out and just read from the list of who's been helping me out with this, because I really do appreciate it. And those of you who continue to send in amazing replays so that we can have some good content, I appreciate you too. Alrighty then, again, the Spinecrawlers are real, man. This is definitely lower level because you just don't really see this at the professional level. Spines, it's hard to feel safe. It's hard to know exactly what your opponent is doing. And so spines are a good way to kind of feel safe, even if maybe you aren't necessarily that entirely safe, as OJ could just be going straight for Mutalisks. And our friend here would have no idea. BigDofCO has no idea what's going on inside this main base whatsoever. and it could be causing him some trouble if Muta's decided to pop on in. So, both players, however, are going Roach. There's that glial reconstitution on the way for BigDofCO. Double Spore Crawler coming up. Okay, so OJ's the one now worried about Mutas coming his way. I assume he's died to Mutas before. This is kind of it's a blind, please don't be Muta play with Spore Crawlers being thrown up in that mineral line. Again, super useful. Might as well do it. I mean, at the higher levels, it can mean the difference between winning and losing. This is a lot of Spine Crawlers. This is a lot of drones. Drones who are their mining potential is being lost forever because they are making static defense here. It's 38 to 35 Harvesters. OJ is up just a little bit here. Here comes some Lings on the way out. That's a change chasing down that Changeling. Are Speedling Changelings slower than actual Speedlings? Is that the case? That looked like the case there, didn't it? Trying to run on in here again, getting blown away from distance. There's a good block there. Oh, it was a block until that queen moved. But you can block your ramp with 2 queens, which means that Lings have a very hard time getting into your main base. They can't surround the queens. Their available area of attack is much reduced, and the queens do much better in that situation. So in a ZvZ, if you're worried about Lings getting into your main base, go ahead and block the ramp with the 2 queens, and you should be A-OK. They're also good at absorbing Baneling hits that aren't going to kill your workers or kill other Zerglings that you have. So that is something else to consider. This creep tumor should not be allowed to live, but it is, as OJ did not see it until it was too late. He's going to slip on past all these roaches, try to get in the main base, try to get some more scouting on in, but man, double spine, yeah! Oh, look at that. Woo! Is that flying into the... I've never seen that before. That Zergling body went, woo! I must rejoin my people. All right, Roach is hopping out here. Going to take down this third base that OJ has taken so greedily. That queen is going to die, and she does. Bunch of Roaches popping out here, trying to run to join their buddies, but good stutter step micro by BigDofCO, making sure that doesn't happen. Going to go ahead and try to take down this hatch. This is a Spine Crawler. I don't know if that's actually going to be any good whatsoever, but all these drones are going to die. Spine Crawler gets taken down and not canceled either. Always cancel things that are under construction that are being killed and will die soon. You'll get a quick refund for them. This you can't cancel, because it's already up. BigDofCO looking scary with his roaches right now. It is 18 roaches to... Whoop, 20 though. 20 just popped for OJ, so he has enough roaches to hang on here, with, especially with this wall of Spine Crawlers. Is he going to have 5? He's going to have 5 at some point here. Holy shamoly. All right, so the thing I would suggest that BigDofCO should do here is take an expansion while he was attacking. Attack while expand, attack while expanding. It's just the smart thing to do. As you can see here, look how scared OJ is. He's not counterattacking. He lost his base. He's worried about all the roaches that BigDofCO has. So, expand while you're attacking, and everything will be just fine. It would be so nice for the Blue Zerg to actually have a hatchery up right now, as it is 40 to 40 Harvesters. Both players floating some money. BigDofCO really floating a lot of minerals right now and a lot of gas. What's he doing with it? Whoa, okay. All right, 10 Hydras on the way. He has a Lurker Den popping up too. Going to go for those Lurkers, which is super duper fun, getting +1 missile attack. I like Lurker and ZvZ. It is pretty darn strong. And the Roaches up here, do they have any attack? They don't have +1 missile yet. Almost, just about there. And Glial Reconstitution is being researched by OJ. Man, now I want orange juice. Do we have any orange juice? I think we have some apple juice in the fridge, but no orange juice. Darn it. Maybe I'll have to go pick some oranges and squeeze them into a cup. That's how people do that, right? BigDofCO sitting here with his Hydra army. He is down 97 to 115 total supply, so he's down in total army supply here, as well as we can see 34 roaches for OJ. Woo! Versus 18 roaches for BigDofCO and only 10 Hydras. Man, if those Hydras turn themselves into Lurkers, that can really swing things very, very quickly, as Lurkers do extra damage versus armored. And look at this, roaches are armored biological units. So keep that one in mind. If you're going a roach against Lurker, you take extra damage from those things. Any Overseers for orange juice? That's another good question. No Overseers either. That could be a massive, massive problem. Big old problem here. Continuing to spread this creep would be good as well for our Blue Zerg player. APM for these players is over 100 on average. About 200 on average for BigDofCO, spiking up to around 200, 300, depending on how things look. So they are playing pretty darn fast, which I appreciate. And finally, someone's taking down these rocks. About time. I was going to say, some Speedlings try to come in and cause some mischief, but this is the most direct attack route between the two bases. And I'm surprised neither player has taken down these rocks until this point at the 10-minute mark. Just a little bit slow, but that's okay. Roaches with +1 missile attack of their own. Muscular Augments coming up for BigDofCO. Maybe he's going to stick with Hydra. He is. So he did make a couple Lurkers. I know there's one there. There might be one here too. Yeah, one. The problem is, one Lurker with 1 spine is not the most effective unit in the world. As support, it can be fine, but you really need at least 3 maybe even 4 or 5 to do a lot against a big Zerg army that's coming to kill you as a Zerg yourself. So we'll see if this works. Pretty good against maybe against Ling counterattacks. If they hold still long enough, the spines can actually kill them. That seems to be the problem, though. Hydra did snipe down an Overlord. OrangeJuice is temporarily supply block, but he has 6 Overlords in production, +2 missile attack coming up for both players, and +1 Carapace as well here. So Corrosive Bile being used to try to snipe down this Overlord that does have Pneumatized Carapace, so he is fast, and he refuses to die. But guess what? This attack right here, Corrosive Bile, just has a cooldown. It doesn't cost mana, it doesn't cost energy, nothing of the sort. Some Changelings popping on in here too. I like to see this from BigDofCO. Popping in Changelings, getting that scouting information off, seeing exactly what your opponent is up to. OJ is up 151, 166 to 120 total supply. But again, absolutely, no, he has 3 Overseers now. All right, so he has 3 Overseers. He has 32 Roaches, just going straight up Roach, which I find a little bit surprising. You don't really see this in ZvZ these days. Maybe it'll work out for him, or maybe he'll walk into some Lurkers and just get massacred. You know what? I feel like OJ could just attack right now and be fine. Yeah, there are a couple Spine Crawlers. Yes, there's a single Lurker, but I think he could hang on, especially considering his upgrades are pretty darn similar. All right, Ravagers here too. Did I not count the Ravagers? 8? Okay, so 40 Roaches and 8 Ravagers. Not bad. Not incredible either, though. 9 more Roaches coming up for OJ. OJ's basically supply maxed out right now. He has so many darn near units. It is time to attack. It is time to take a 4th base. Go ahead and let that Ling see what you're doing. Maybe take this base. I mean, you have everybody sitting here doing nothing. Go ahead and knock down these rocks and see what that does for you in taking this base. I mean, expanding towards your opponent as a Zerg really isn't that big of a deal. Not something I would worry about in a ZvZ. So, both players moving out at about the same time. They're obviously both using map hacks to do that. And here we go. Ah, he is knocking down the rocks here. BigDofCO. These Lings come in and try to get some DPS off first of all. And pulling back immediately. Big D says, holy smokes! This is a big-time army. Pull back to the Lurkers. Pull back. Are there any Overseers with this army? There are now. There are now. That Lurker is going to die as soon as they can see it. There's only one Lurker. Don't worry about it, OJ. I know. I know you've lost to Lurkers before. I understand that. I like the Infestation Pit for OJ as well. But, all right. So you can see. You can see exactly what you're dealing with here. There aren't a lot of Lurkers. There it is. Pushing right on in. He greatly outnumbers Big D's army here. He's going to go ahead and crush this for sure. There's no counterattack whatsoever. And here we go. Another Lurker ended up getting killed by those Roaches and these Ravagers. Just doing tons of damage. Corrosive Bile's landing on top of everything. Wow, taking out Hydras. Taking out Spines on the top of the ramp here too. But no reinforcement. The Defender's advantage really coming to play for BigDofCO. And he does manage to chase away this army, sniping down the Overseers as well. So, hey, I feel like OJ might have actually split his attention a little bit too much there in that battle, trying to deal things over here, down here. Whereas just a focused attack might have done a little bit better there. I don't think the Lurkers were really that much of a big deal at all. In all seriousness, how many Lurkers have died? 3? Yeah, 3 total. Those guys did not have huge hit totals or kill totals. But again, OJ, expand, man. Expand while you are attacking. It looks like, yep, BigDofCO is absolutely going for a 4th hatchery at this point, which is a good choice in my estimation. OrangeJuice takes the idea of knocking down these rocks from his opponent. He's going to do it first now. Haha. And indeed, the rocks are going to be exploded. Popping up here is another transferring drone. Income tab 48 to 45 harvesters. OJ looking A-okay on that worker count. Seems a little bit low, but I don't know. He was basically maxed out, so he can't be hurting that bad for economy. There's the lair, and both players getting lairs at about the same time here. Also getting additional extractors is OrangeJuice. Did he not have all of his extractors at this point? Where are these? Oh, over here. That's right. That makes sense. Some Lings try to get up, walk right past the bulk of OrangeJuice's army. Just gets absolutely massacred. Lurkers trying to sneak on in here all by themselves. Lurkers unsupported. Not great. It turns out if you can drop them behind mineral lines, they're okay. Are there any Overlords, possibly any Drop Lord play? No, just sitting on top of the shrimp and waiting for the enemy to come to him. So that's another thing. Because this is the major freeway between both bases, as we can see here, you do know that eventually something's going to try to walk up this ramp. So the Lurkers should be able to get some confirmed kills, which is what you want. OrangeJuice, man, going for Ultras, looking fantastic here. I do like Ultras in ZvZ. They're not the best. They're not as good as they can be, for example, in ZVT, but still. I have a soft spot for Ultras. I like them so much. I've liked them ever since StarCraft 1 Brood War. Hey, I did some checking, and yeah, I can actually go ahead and purchase StarCraft 1 and Brood War on the Battle.net store for about $15. So I'll probably go ahead and do that soon enough, sooner rather than later. Small attack of roaches, but no, forcing a cancel with the lurker, splitting his army. BigDofCO here, some transferring drones just getting absolutely murdered. Taking that base on out. These guys do manage to live too. That was a good split. I like the attack up here to force the big response from the army while you send a smaller portion of your army down here to kill this. And yes, there's the expansion from BigDofCO. Looking good, man. The blue Zerg really hanging on right now, but these ultras could cause a big problem. A really big problem today. So we will have to see if they do manage to pull things off. Their upgrades can't be that great. I don't think I've seen melee attack upgrades at all in this game. Nope, there's that +1 just sitting there. But I guess we do have ground carapace level 2. So the ultras should be able to get that chitinous plating, bump up their armor to approximately 7. I think 7 is where they'll be. No, 8 with chitinous plating. Well, yeah, 7 without the +3 anyway. Here come the ultras right on top of these roaches, and pretty good kiting. Doing some good there, doing some damage to these guys. And again, they only have 5 right now, right? Oh, only 3. Chitinous plating's on the way here, though, but these guys walk right on in to try to focus down drones and kill them. The stutter step is okay, but I think he's moving a little bit too quickly to actually make that work. And these guys, they're only alive because they're fast right now. Run. Run. Don't run through the spine crawlers. I guess you kind of have to, though. He's doing a quick scout into the main base. Scouting roaches is not something you see every day of the week. They pop right on in. They see the infestation pit. They see the evolution chambers. They see the ultras. They know these are here. This ultra is bugged out. Oh, look at him. He can't actually attack. And no, he does finally get through there. Oh, but the queen gets taken down first. And here comes OrangeJuice. He wants blood, man. But he sees a single lurker, says, ah! Ah, where are my overseers? Here they are. Here are all of my overseers. Killing some creep trimmers here, slowing down the ability of BigDofCO to see exactly what's going on here. That lurker count looking pretty darn scary, though. These guys, they move. I think they might have moved from there to here, as I recognize that they were not going to be useful at all, pushing right on in. But that lurker count is really big on top of that ramp, coming through, trying to do it anyways, OrangeJuice. But look how fast. Wow, look how fast those roaches and those ravagers died. That is so many lurkers. So many lurkers up top. What are... BigDofCO, how many lurkers do you have? 25? 25 lurkers in a ZvZ. Have not seen that one before. Another base coming up from BigDofCO. OrangeJuice has not saturated this base at all. It is now 46 to 32 harvesters in favor of the blue Zerg player. Looking fantastical. Spine crawlers popping up. I don't know that spines are going to be your answer, OrangeJuice. As much as I love the lurkers here, at this point, look at how ground... Well, it's a lot of hiders. I'm just trying to decide if Mass Muta might be able to pull this thing off. Well, there's a Spire coming up anyway. OrangeJuice says, I am going Spire, and if you scout it, then so be it. I don't know. Where is the Spire being morphed in? Over here? Over here? Yep, that's a Spire. Okay, so Spire's being hidden up here, which means, yep, Blue Zerg does not have any idea that it's there at all. But man, the number of bases here, plus that worker count, 46 to 39, is definitely making me feel like our friend here, Blue Zerg, BigDofCO, is going to do this. Did he just drop? He just lurker dropped. Oh, lurker dropped in the main base. Absolutely spining through spines, spining through spores. Another attack down here with spines, just crushing through all of these drones. 33 drones remaining for OrangeJuice, absolutely trying to kill what he can here. Meanwhile, the main base is under attack. Meanwhile, another attack up here by the Blue Zerg player, just splitting his units like he doesn't have a care in the world, taking out everything that he can here. The lair is going to fall. Nothing to defend against this except for 2 spine crawlers. That should not be a problem for these guys that are +3/+3, sniping down the hatch and getting the heck on out of there. The hive has absolutely fallen, and that's it. A GG from OrangeJuice. And by GG, I mean it was a rage quit because he did not say GG. And BigDofCO is victorious today. Well done, BigDofCO. I loved the split attacks. I loved the lurker play. I loved having hydras out. The split attacks, I think, are what won it for him. The small poke up here that he used to take down this hatchery was massive. The lurker drops while attacking this base. While attacking this base, also a really great play. You just don't see enough of this in the lower levels of StarCraft 2. So well played. I expect a big promotion for BigDofCO sooner rather than later. Being a master at ZvZ is hard. It's hard at the lower levels, but if you can figure that one out, it usually means your ZVT and your ZVP are not bad. So well done indeed by BigDofCO, and that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly MidRank Madness episode. Wow, let's try that again. Weekly edition of MidRank Madness. If you too want to participate, go ahead and send me your gold, platinum, and diamond level replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. If it doesn't say MidRank Madness in it, then I will not cast it. But that is about it. So go ahead and check me out on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. From order we find justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. The path of ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Kalarulas. Aramulas. Naslaranas. Naslaranas.